Coetzee on him, and they're off now on the last. Sleepwell's missed it again. Fortune Red Pepper taken back, and into China Star and Dragon Fighter won the break. Able Speeds put up handy, and Express Wind drops just in behind them from Happy Tumbler. Then Shafachi Tradition from Flying In, and Forever Elation 3 wide turning out of the straight. Further back to Sleepwell Mark Up, and 3 further back to Fortune Red Pepper, and Sapelli settles last. Into China Star in front with Able Speed working up the outside. Dragon Fighter's pulling a bit, and Preble takes a tug. Should get cover soon with Able Speed surging forward. Over on the fence is Express Win from Forever Elation 3 wide. A half length further back to Happy Tumbler, who drops his head. Then Shafachi Tradition, Markups coursing deep on the outside of Flying In. They're a length and a half clear from Sleepwell. Fortune Red Pepper and Sapelli settles down last. Working into the back, into China Star in front with Able Speed striding up the outside. Going to third now, Forever Elation, but he's covering some ground around Dragon Fighter and Express Win. Further back to Mark Up 3 wide, but he has cover on the outside of Happy Tumbler and Shafachi Tradition on the fence. Further back to Flying In, then Sleepwell from Fortune Red Pepper and Sapelli is still last. Down the side of the course and into China Star, unchallenged in the lead now. Preble just starts to, Coetzee starts to feel for him. From Able Speed, Forever Elation, Dragon Fighter wedged between runners from Express Win and Mark Up to the outside. Able Speed's going after into China Star. Mark Up the outside. Happy Tumbler and Dragon Fighter can't get a crack at them. Mark Up's right off the course. Mark Up hits the lead, flashing home on the inside Shafachi Tradition, but Mark Up in front of Shafachi Tradition, and Mark Up, boy, tough effort, covered the ground and beat Shafachi Tradition. Express Win third, then into China Star, followed up by Flying In, who finished off. Dragon Fighter tight for room in the straight with Happy Tumbler, then Able Speed, Fortune Red Pepper, Sleepwell, Sapelli and Forever Elation. Yeah, I think he's got a date for the Derby. Mark Up, number 6 Mark Up, handled by Gerard Mosse. Sat 3 wide the trip, but he had cover most importantly, and he just continues to get better with racing, the Casper Founds trained 4-year-old. Shafachi Traditions closed it off on the fence to grab second, in front of Express Win, then into China Star. Able Speed and Sleepwell went too far away. Pretty tightly bunched.
Look at it from the start. Now Mark Up jumps from barrier number 10, and he just eased out of the gates from Gerald Mosse. His general racing pattern is to get back in the field, and there was no change to that tonight. Dragon Fighter went forward with into China Star, and Able Speed was up on the pace. Express Win, who battled on well for third, he was right on the leader's back. Happy Tumbler got into fourth. And then Shafachi Tradition, who finishes second. He settles 3 back the fence, Forever Elation, Flying In, and then Mark Up in the blue colours. Sleepwell was tardy out of the gates again, and Fortune Red Pepper and Sapelli, as they generally do, getting out to last. Into China Star got it fairly comfortable on the lead. Able Speed went up to join him. Express Win, Dragon Fighter, a little bit keen in second. He couldn't finish off tonight. Forever Elation had no luck. He was caught wide. You can see Mark Up's 3 wide, but he does have cover behind Forever Elation. In turn, Sleepwell behind him. Flying In, just laying out a little bit there as they make their way down the back. And Shafachi Tradition, well, he's locked up on the fence 3 back, and Douglas White had to ride for a little bit of luck, and he was able to get that in the stretch. Sapelli and Fortune Red Pepper were the last 2. They're about to swing off the side now at the 550 metre point. He ups the tempo and into China Star. Able Speed right there. Express Win is awaiting a run, as is Shafachi Tradition 3 back. This is where Mosse gets a drag into the race behind Forever Elation, who just starts to edge closer. When they turn for home, Mosse gets his horse into full swing, unimpeded. A clear run for Mark Up, and he unwinds. He's a little bit dour, and he gives the impression that the Derby's going to be right up his alley. Into China Star, Able Speed. They're swamped now by Mark Up, but there's a whole heap of them there. Express Win and Shafachi Tradition come through on the rail. They're able to outsprint the others, but Mark Up in the end had the better turn of foot.